So today I want to talk about Foreign Non-Grantor Trust Beneficiary Statement. Previous videos, as well as on several articles on our website at htj.tax, we're going into a lot of details as to what the distinction between a foreign trust and a U.S. domestic trust would be. And we spoke about the court test, we spoke about the control test. We also spoke about the difference between a grantor trust and a non-grantor trust. So if you haven't come across that material, it perhaps will be a useful exercise to just have a quick look at it and then come back to this video. Because of our area of practice, we deal with a lot of international families where individual members are exposed to multiple jurisdictions. And often that would include the US. We'd have a situation where you have US exposed beneficiaries who are beneficiaries of a foreign non-grantor trust. Now, to assist their tax teams in preparing their annual tax returns to the IRS, what the tax teams normally would like to get is a foreign non-grantor trust statement, or statement from the foreign non-grantor trust, basically breaking down and explaining what the nature of the distributions have been to the U.S. beneficiaries. Unfortunately, there is no standard template, but there is an IRS notice called Notice 9734, as well as we have the instructions to the Form 3520, which give us an indication as to what the IRS would like to see on a foreign non-grantor trust beneficiary statement. And that's super important because the U.S. beneficiary would typically attach the foreign non-grantor trust beneficiary statement to their tax return. So here are the 5 things that the IRS likes to see on a foreign non-grantor trust beneficiary statement. So number 1, the foreign non-grantor trust identification. What is the name of the trust and what is the financial year? And typically we work with trustees to make sure that it is the calendar year. So January to December. Number 2, the description and the fair market value of any property distributed from the foreign non-grantor trust to the U.S. beneficiary. 3, a statement on whether the trust has appointed a U.S. agent. If the trust didn't appoint a U.S. agent, there must be a statement that the trust will permit either the IRS or the U.S. beneficiary to inspect and copy the trust books and records to determine the U.S. tax treatment of any distribution or deemed distribution. Number 4, a statement with either an explanation or enough information that the tax team on the U.S. beneficiary's side will be able to determine the tax treatment of any distribution or deemed distribution from that foreign non-grantor trust. And 5, a statement from the foreign non-grantor trust identifying whether any of the grantors of that foreign non-grantor trust is a corporation or a partnership. Plus, if the beneficiary used or is required to use the default calculation for trust distributions for the Form 3520 Part 2 Schedule A.